All right, y'all. It's your boy, Let Us Pray. I hope you're having a blessed and a prosperous day. I am here with Falcons Therapy, where Falcon fans can come together, talk about Falcony-like things, but where everybody is welcome. What's happening, everyone? Real quick, I want to encourage you to, if you are here, man, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button and that notification bell so you can become a part of this community, growing community that really enjoys one another, where everybody can come and voice their opinions. I always start off with a prayer, so let's pray real quick. God, we thank you for these final few days of 2024. Lord, we're just asking that you would continue to watch over us these last few days, bring us into the new year safely. Thank you for how you provided for us, how you kept us, how you continue to show your love to us day in and day out. Help us to love you just as much as you love us by, just offering up anything we can do for you. Help us to have our spiritual ears on so we can hear what you would have us to do. Continue to be with us, lead us, and guide us in the way that we should navigate throughout our lives, and help us to be able to follow the God-given purpose, the divine path that you've given us for our lives, so that we can reach out and share your love with others. That is our prayer on today. In Jesus' name, amen. What's up, y'all? We in here. Yesterday was pretty crazy. What's happening in sports productions? He's in the building. We want to get down for a little bit, and we got a few notes. Some things we're going to talk about. Definitely want to give a shout out to Sports Productions, though. Been rocking with us for a minute, bro. Appreciate you. So let's get into the show, man. This is just kind of like some of the things I wanted to discuss, and then we'll get into some more topics if you guys want to get into those a little later. But we're going to talk about last night, man. What happened last night? Falcons faced off in the Commanders against the Commanders. Washington Commanders team that has been up and down, honestly. More ups than downs, but kind of up and down lately. They've won some games. They've lost some games. They've had some comebacks. They got down by several possessions, and they know how to fight back. A rookie quarterback who has probably sewn up Rookie of the Year, or at least offensive Rookie of the Year. New coach, Dan Quinn, who we know so well because he was the Atlanta Falcons coach for about, 4 or 5 years there. Guy that led the Falcons to the Super Bowl. We all know what happened, 28-3 against the New England Patriots. Went down in history. Not the right end of history that you want to be on, but he went down in history nevertheless. And last night was a crucial game. Falcons get that win. They secure the playoffs. Falcons. Tampa Bay lost yesterday. The Falcons secured the playoffs. Tampa Bay won. Falcons played the Sunday night game, so the Falcons knew they needed a win in the worst way. The Falcons come out and really, I think with a good game plan, man. I think the Falcons came out with a decent game plan. I think they wanted to run that ball, and they did early and often. They got Bijan Robinson involved in the game. In that first half, he had 80 plus rushing yards in the first half, and he had 2 touchdowns. It was a heavy dose of Bijan Robinson. So you saw how the game script was playing out in that game. Falcons were controlling the ball. They were controlling the time of possession. They were seemingly controlling the game. They were up 17-7 at halftime. And Falcons come out of halftime. And then the game changed from there. So we'll talk about that. I do want to list some positives, though, because everything wasn't negative yesterday. And I'm going to get to you, Sports Productions. I see your question, bro. Positive from yesterday, Drake London. Drake London had 100-plus receiving yards yesterday. Great game by Drake London. He made some crucial catches for the Falcons there. Defense. The defense. I thought the Falcons defense played one of their best games of the season. They had 5 sacks yesterday. This front 4, or you want to call it front 7, because they're definitely getting help from the linebackers. Front 7 has been so much improved over the last 3 or 4 games. You saw the Falcons show a lot of improvement against the Raiders and against the Giants, but you want to see them against a playoff team, and they were still able to generate pressure. They generated a lot of pressure on Jaden Daniels, so I was encouraged to see that yesterday. David Onyemata had a sack. Matt Judon had a sack. Ebiketie had a sack. Bertrand had a sack. And I think, I don't know who the other person was. Was it Caden Ellis? Had a sack. So that's 5 sacks, man, in one game. At one point, we didn't even have 10 sacks over the first 10 games. So it's really been encouraging what the Falcons have been able to do over these last few games with the pass rush. The pass rush has looked much improved, but they faced off against a beast yesterday. Jaden Daniels is he about the closest thing there is to Lamar Jackson 2.0. That guy is slippery, just mobile, agile, fast, quick. He's elusive. He's all those things. And he was a real test for our defense. And they did such a great job, I think, for the first 2.5 to 3 quarters. There was a crucial moment in that game where the Falcons had the Commanders backed up in the third quarter, and I said it on the stream last night as I was watching the game, and it was going to be a 3-and-out, 3rd and 20 plus, and the Falcons get a penalty that led to a first down, and the game changed from there. They had a new lease on life, fresh set of downs, and they went down and scored right away. I thought that changed the game. You know, sometimes it's just the little details, the little things. And I hate to put it on the one player, so I'm not even going to say his name. But those are the things that have been killing the Falcons all year. Penalties at bad times. Undisciplined defense. I thought the defense was very disciplined for the most part, but it was just one of those moments where that was a huge momentum changer for the game. But yeah, overall, I thought the defense played really well. I was really impressed by the defensive plan. You saw a few times that the Falcons got a little relaxed, but for the most part, they were pressing those receivers. They were making it tough for the running back. He did have a few runs here and there, Brian Robinson, but I just thought that the defense had one of the best efforts that they had all year, especially being on the road against Washington. I thought the defense played one of their best games of the season. Also, Caden Ellis had an interception yesterday. Great setup because you saw Jaden Daniels was hitting those slants every time the blitz was coming, and I was calling it out. He's hitting those slants. He's hitting those slants. And then Ellis gets the interception. He fakes the blitz, the simulation, and then he drops back in the zone, falls right into the slant, and he undercuts it. And just a great coaching adjustment. Got Carl Thomas in here. Is that I wish I never met her at all, even though I love her so. Is this that Carl Thomas or this another Carl Thomas? Thanks for coming in, Carl, man. Make sure you hit that like button when you come in, too. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thank you, Carl. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming through. We got Brian Hardy in here. Can tell Penix is playbook smart. Build around him. You got the guy. We got Brian Hardy in the building. What's up, Brian Harden? Look like a Commanders fan. Yeah, that was a tough game last night. I was saying that the defense played one of their best games for the Falcons. A couple guys that stood out to me were A.J. Terrell. A.J. Terrell had an assignment last night. He had an assignment. He followed Terry McLaurin. Scary Terry. I call him the McLaren because he has that type of speed. He pretty much shut down Terry McLaurin last night. A.J. Terrell pretty much shut him down. And that's one of the first times I've seen A.J. Terrell stand up to a challenge for a top-notch receiver. So I give my hats off to A.J. Terrell last night, man. He played one of the best games I've seen him play. He traveled with McLaurin wherever he went, and he was on him like white on rice last night. Wherever you saw McLaurin, you saw A.J. Obviously, the only play that you wish you had back A.J. Terrell is when he missed a tackle there at the goal line of Chris Rodriguez. He bounced off AJ and went to the end zone, but you can't be nitpicking. I mean, AJ played his heart out last night. So I thought AJ Terrell played an amazing game last night. J.D. Bertrand, rookie linebacker for the Falcons. He had a sack last night. He was aggressive. He was all over the field. You saw him all over the field. It might have not shown up in, having a ton of tackles, but you saw him, man, and he was locked in, and he was where he was supposed to be. He was blitzing with ferocity. He was knocking those running backs back every time they were trying to pick up his blitzes. I like the physicality I saw from J.D. Bertrand. Obviously, you wish you had a Troy Anderson in there. He would have helped a lot with spying a guy like Jaden Daniels because he's the fastest linebacker that we have, Troy Anderson. But, next man up. But I like what I saw from J.D. Bertrand. Also had a sack, Jaden Daniels. And then Caden Ellis, of course. Caden Ellis has been a jack of all trades for us all year long. And even last season, got an interception last night, had a sack, another sack. I think he has had a sack in each of the last 4 or 5 games. So Caden Ellis, man, once again, balled out last night, made some plays for us. But now we're going to get to the stuff that we really want to talk about. All right, first off, Michael Penix. All right, Michael Penix. Michael Penix had 35 throws last night. He had 35 throwing attempts. That's too many. I got y'all. I see y'all in here, and I'm gonna give y'all due. Just give me just a moment. Too many throwing attempts for Michael Penix last night. That game was close. The Falcons had that lead. There's no way that Michael Penix needs to throw the ball 35 times. Too many throws. He was 19 for 35. That was not very accurate at all. He had 1 touchdown and 1 interception. Started the game off really rough, about as bad as you could start the game off. Threw an interception on the first drive. Commanders go down and score. But he settled in after that. And I can say he settled in because we were running the freaking ball. We were running the ball. I said in my keys to victory that the Falcons needed to get almost 200 yards rushing to win this game. Almost 200 yards rushing to win that game. And that's proved to be accurate. The Falcons had 125 yards rushing in this game. I thought they should have ran the ball way more in the second half. Again, we had a 17-7 lead going into halftime. Should have ran the ball way more in the second half. But Zach Robinson went away from the run almost exclusively in the second half. I'm just not sure what that's about, especially when you're having so much success running the ball in the first half. I'm just not sure, like, why you make that decision, Zach Robinson. So yeah, that's something that troubled me. Michael Penix did throw, though. He did throw his first NFL touchdown to Kyle Pitts. There was a Kyle Pitts sighting last night. He had a couple nice plays out there, and he made a crucial catch at the end of the game to tie the game up. With just over a minute to go in that game, fourth down conversion. Kyle Pitts came up big, and it was nice to see him make a play for us. Got Michael Penix his first NFL touchdown. So there were some positives and negatives for Michael Penix. All right. But I saw him miss a lot of throws. He missed a lot of throws that I thought he should have hit. He loves to throw to the sideline, seemingly. He was hitting a lot of those out routes. They were clearly targeting number 24 on the Washington Commanders defense. That guy was getting cooked all night long. He was getting burnt. He had the worst night I've seen the DB have in the NFL in a long time. The Falcons were looking to exclusively throw to whoever he was guarding. It didn't matter. Drake London, Darnell Mooney, Cordero Hodge, Ray McLeod. It didn't matter. They was throwing to anybody who was running routes against number 24. And it worked for the most part. It worked. It worked for the most part. So you saw that from Michael Penix, but he missed some of these other throws that I thought he should have made. But, you know, he's still working. He's still working at it. But you can definitely see the arm talent is there. Looks poised in the pocket. He did have one fumble, but we were able to get that one back. I would like to see him use his legs a little more, though. He is a guy who has, you know, he has speed. I know he's not a dual threat runner per se, but I thought some of those times, you know, he could have used his legs to extend the play and possibly, you know, somebody will get open. If they're not open right now, use your legs to extend the play. Climb the pocket and get a couple yards. But, you know, he's just not into using his legs right now. And maybe, you know, he just has to grow into that. But he just kind of stands. Just kind of stands back there and stands in one spot. You don't really see him moving much at all. All right. Now we're going to what everybody's been talking about. And I even posted about it right after the game. For those of you that were watching the game with me last night, you know, I pretty much signed off right after the game. I gave a little brief talk, but I didn't really want to talk on emotion. I wanted to take some time, go to bed, think about it, watch some film, and then kind of write down some notes. So this is kind of what everybody's been talking about, but I posted about the coaching. The coaching. What happened with our coaches last night? Already talked about not running the ball in the second half. That was a huge mistake, clearly. Now the end of the game. The end of the game, for those of you that were with me last night, when we go and score that touchdown with less than 2 minutes to go in the game, and the Washington Commanders have one timeout. That was the key. They only had one timeout. I said, go for two. Go for two. Go for the win. Oh, no, Penix is not trash. He's not trash. I didn't say that. I did not say that at all. He's not trash. I just think that he's still learning. He's starting off well, but he's still learning, obviously, how to play. That's only his second NFL game. He's not trash at all, but he did miss a lot of throws that I thought were, you know, you consider like an easier throw. But he's not trash at all. He's not trash at all. No, I would never say that about Michael Penix. He looked good for the most part. He just missed a few throws. I'm pretty sure he wanted back. He had Bijan for a touchdown in the first quarter. All he had to do was lob it up there to him, and he had his defender beat for a touchdown. He missed that throw. He missed another throw down the sideline to Cordero Hodge, who was wide open. He had a couple throws that could have had big play written all over him, and he overthrew them by a little bit. So, yeah, he definitely missed some throws out there. So, he's not perfect by any means, but he's not trash either. But he's still got some work to do. He's still got some work to do. But let me get back to, I went off on a tangent right there. Under 2 minutes, the Falcons scored. Kyle Pitts makes an incredible catch on fourth down. Instead, okay, so here's my theory. Okay, I've never been a football coach. And I agree, Brian. I agree. He's nowhere near his ceiling. I agree. He give him some more time to develop. But I'm pretty sure he would like to have a couple of those throws back, because I'm pretty sure he hits some of those throws at least 8 times out of 10 in practice. I'm pretty sure, right? You're on the road. Your defense is tired. You're fighting for your playoff life. In my opinion, you go for the win. You do not want to play overtime. I was saying go for the 2. You still had 2 timeouts as a Falcon. You still had 2 timeouts, even if you didn't get it. So you can come down. You could play defense. You could get a stop, and you can get the ball back and try to kick the field goal and still win the game. But in my opinion, you go for the 2. Go for the win. Go for the 2-point conversion instead of going for 1. Because you do not want to play overtime on the road. That's just my opinion. You don't want overtime on the road. You don't want a coin flip to decide the game, seemingly, right? Because if the home team gets the ball, they got all the momentum. They got the crowd on their side. It's going to be really hard for that defense to get a stop right there. Jaden Daniels was cooking. He was starting to use his legs a lot more in the second half. That our defensive line was getting real tired. I mean, they stood up for most of that game. They made some great plays most of that game, but they were just gassed. They were just gassed in that overtime. So I thought that was a huge mistake by the coach. Taking a 1 instead of going for 2. All right. Then time management. That's been talked about a lot. Holding on to 2 timeouts with 30 seconds left in the game, and the clock is running. Big first down conversion. The clock is running. Call your timeout. Call your timeout. Instead, they rush back to the line. They don't spike it. He sets up the play. By that time, 12 seconds left in the game. That's over 15 seconds wasted. You could run 2 more plays. Maybe 3 with those 15 seconds. You call your timeout. You should never be holding on to your timeouts like that at the end of the game. You always want to make sure you have 1, but you don't need those 2 with 30 seconds left. Call it. Save that 15 seconds. Hearing everybody talk about it. I even heard Bill Belichick talk about it this morning. He said his theory is under 2 minutes, you want to call one of your timeouts. If you have all 3, you want to call one of your timeouts between 2 minutes and 1 minute. Then you want to have 2 timeouts left. Then you want to call the next timeout between 1 minute and 30 seconds. Then you want 1 timeout left with 30 seconds left in the half or 30 seconds left in the game. And you want that timeout in case you need to clock it, kick the field goal, so you don't have to run the field goal team on while the clock is running. Lots of different theories out there, but I tend to agree with what Bill Belichick said. Use your freaking time. What are you holding them for? What are you holding them for? Coach Raheem Morris, that's on him. I got to put that on him. You got a young quarterback out there, Michael Penix, who's fighting. He's a young guy. He just kind of froze in that moment. You gotta, as a coach, you gotta bail your young guy out and call that timeout, man. Just a huge mistake with clock management right there. Huge mistake with clock management. Can't even emphasize that enough. And then obviously with the loss last night, the Falcons' hope for winning the NFC South and having a home playoff game are diminished severely because the Buccaneers beat the brakes off the Carolina Panthers. They put up a 40-burger, almost a 50-burger on the Carolina Panthers yesterday and regained control of the NFC South. All the Buccaneers have to do is beat the Aints on Sunday, and they will be in the playoffs. All right, so let me catch up with the chat now. Got a lot of people talking in here, and I appreciate all the talking, man. Let me see here. So let me catch up. Next one, we have Brian. So I like Penix over Daniels in the future. Oh, okay. That's an interesting take. Like Penix or Carl Thomas. So Shiesty wearing his emotions on his sleeve. That's all right. We're here for Falcons therapy, y'all. And real quick, if you are not subscribed to this channel, you know what? Do yourself, go ahead and bless yourself real quick because you have a chance to win a free NFL jersey. That's right, a free one, NFL jersey. I'm about to be doing a 500 subscriber jersey giveaway. I'm hoping I can get this done by tomorrow. I'm going to stream most of the day tomorrow, New Year's Eve, and I want to get this jersey given away. But I got to get to 500 subscribers to do it. I'm less than 50 away right now. So subscribe to the channel, share it with your other NFL fans. It doesn't matter if you're a Falcon fan or if you're a Washington fan or whoever you're a fan of. Just share it with the community so we can do this 500 subscriber jersey giveaway before New Year's, y'all. Let's get it done by tomorrow. And we can get it done by today if you want to, but let's get it done, especially by tomorrow. All right. So if you're in here and you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, y'all. All right. It's going to be a random giveaway. All right. Random number generated giveaway. All right. Ain't no tricks. Ain't no shipping and handling that you got to pay. None of that. You ain't got to do none of that. I'm going to take care of everything up to $200. You can pick any jersey of your choice up to $200. So let the community know. Let your friends know. Let your family know. Let your enemies know. Let them all know, man. This is my question. Real quick, and then we're going to get it back into the comments. Was this loss directly on coaching? Give me a 1 in the chat if you think yes. Give me a 2 in the chat if you say no. Was this loss on coaching? A 1 in the chat for a yes. A 2 in the chat for a no. Was this? Oh, you know what? Tedward Evans, I agree with you, bro. Avocados are overrated. I agree with you, bro. I do not like avocados. A 1 in the chat if this Falcons loss was solely on coaching. 2 in the chat if you say no. This was a players. Players didn't execute. All right, let me get back to these comments. We've got a lot of comments. All right, here we go. So Shiesty still got hope. Oh, well, no, he still don't have hope. He says, I'm done. The Aints ain't beating the Bucks season unless God given a miracle. Well, God does perform miracles. You know what I'm saying? God is in the miracle working business. That is his business. So get on your knees, brother, and start praying, because sometimes he does answer prayers. He does answer prayers. You say we ain't making the playoffs again. All right. All right. Now he's going down the rabbit hole. Then he says, fire Raheem. All right. Carl Thomas saying, definitely not making the playoffs. I ain't watching the Falcons until Raheem Morris is gone. Ooh, shoot. Those are some fighting words right there. Coach Heem. We got Sports Productions in here. Thank you for waiting, Sports Productions. You actually had the first question. Did you see the Bills release their 2025 opponents? I did not see that. But apparently so Shiesty did. And he says Falcons play the Bills next year. Okay. Falcons play Bills next year. I did not see that. Carl Thomas says, you know what? He said, you know what? 35 throws is not too many. He can make them throws. The chemistry is just off with the wide receivers. I agree with you in the sense that he can make the throws. I absolutely believe he can make the throws, bro. I just thought the running game clearly showed in the first half, this is the blueprint to beating this team. Run the ball on them and play action. It was working. So why go against that? It was working. Why do you stop doing what's been working? I just don't get it. It was working. It was 17-7. And we came out with a whole different game plan in the second half. It was working. Bijan, he had 2 touchdowns in the first half. It was working. I just don't get it. That's all I'm saying. We didn't need to throw like that. I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback and don't let him throw, but if the run is working, just keep running. Am I missing something? That's all I'm saying. So Shashi said, Bills have a hard schedule. And I did address this. Penix got the clutch gene. That was a very clutch touchdown that he threw on 4th down. That was amazing, man. I jumped up out my seat when he completed that touchdown to Kyle Pitts. And I already clarified that. Nah, Penix is not trash. I just don't think that we need to have him throwing the ball almost 40 times a game like that. It was a close game. Like I said, we had the lead. We had a 2-possession lead. There was no need to throw it so much, you know. But I understand we were coming back at the end. We were trying to come back at the end, so he was trying to throw. So Shachi said, yeah, Falcons' only hope for making the playoffs are the Aints, and that is true. So it might not be much hope because they are bad. There's a little bit of hope there. Kid needs time. Brian Harden says he's nowhere near his ceiling. I truly agree. I think the sky's the limit for Michael Penix. He definitely looks composed and poised out there. I like his demeanor. I like his approach. Very mature. Like I said, he stands in that pocket, man, strong. He stands strong in that pocket. And he's confident. You know, he steps into the ball. He definitely got a lot of arm talent. You know, just got to, like I said, build that chemistry with the wide receivers. And that will come with time. That will come with more practice and more time. So Shiesty says, happy birthday. I don't even know that guy's name. Who is that? Avocados are overrated. Tedward Evans, give me a subscribe for that, man. I agree with you. Not a lot of people are going to agree with you, but your boy let us pray. agrees with you. Avocados are overrated. Let's go. I believe that yes was for do you think the coaches cost us this game? I believe that's what that yes was for. So Sachi says cut Kirk. I think Kirk might retire personally. I just think that myself. So Shiesty said positive, stay positive. Still got a chance. Got the subs up to 456. Okay. Nice. We only need 44 more, y'all. 44 more subs before we give away an NFL jersey. Come on, let's get this 44. Can we get it today? Pete Dog. What's up, Pete Dog? We got Pete Dog in here. He said JD5 is better. JD5 is, hey, he's nice, man. I got nothing negative to say about Jaden Daniels. The kid is special. He's the offensive player of the year for rookies. He's probably just the overall rookie of the year. He's special, man. He made the plays when they needed to be made. I thought the Falcons played one of the best games I've seen other teams play against him as far as like trying to keep him in the pocket until the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter, you got loose on us. But before then, I thought we did a really good job of keeping him inside the pocket and closing that pocket on him. But guys got undisciplined, left that right side wide open on that left side. People were the gap integrity wasn't there. The rush integrity wasn't there. I think guys started getting tired, and he just found creases and found lanes to get out of there and escape and make big plays with his legs. So, Jaden Daniels, man, he's special. He's special. Nothing negative to say about the kid. Played a great game. We play the Dolphins, Jets, Patriots, Ravens, Bengals, Chiefs, Saints, Bucks, Eagles at home. Away, Panthers, Falcons. So you got NFC South. Okay. Panthers, Falcons, Steelers, Jets, Dolphins, Patriots, Browns, Texans. You got the Falcons on there twice, but shit. Yeah. Saints. You think the Saints are going to do it? All right. So I'm going to open it up to you guys. We got Monday Night Football tonight. 49ers versus Lions. What do y'all think about that game? Who y'all got tonight? Y'all got the Lions. Y'all got the 49ers. It's going to be right here in my backyard. 49ers play about 15 miles from where I live. So they'll be playing here in the Bay Area. So Shiesty said we got the Lions. Pete Dog said got the Lions. Welcome in, Pete Dog. It's the first time I've seen the username. Welcome in, bro. Welcome to the community. Welcome to the stream. Sports Productions not only had the Lions, but he gave us a score prediction. He's a veteran. Showing off over there. 31-17. He's giving us predictions. Yeah, man. I think the Lions definitely get this one tonight. 49ers have been decimated by injuries this season, decimated by selfishness throughout their organization. Only people left are really Kittle and Debo as far as Jennings has been playing really, really well for the 49ers this season as well. But no McCaffrey. Trent Williams has been shut down for the season. Brandon Ayuk's out for the year. It's just been one thing after another for the 49ers. They lost Jordan Mason as well, who was actually doing really well as the lead running back when McCaffrey was out. They lost him. He's on IR. He's out for the year. Apparently, Fred Warner has been playing with a broken ankle for most of the season, and I guess he's getting, I don't know, some type of cortisone shots or something so he could play. Like, I just don't think that's a smart career move at all, especially for a team that isn't going anywhere. I mean, you're not making the playoffs, bro. Just tend to yourself so that you're not crippled when you're older. Like, I get it. He's young and he wants to play for the team and play with the boys, but you're gonna suffer for that later, man, in life. It is not worth it right now, bro. Just rest. Rest your body. Don't play on a broken ankle when your team has no chance of making the playoffs. Like, you got no chance to make the playoffs, bro. None. Well, that's just me. That's just me. I would advise him sit down, but guess that's why he's Fred Warner. He's one of the best linebackers in the league. And then they had, one of their cornerbacks lost a baby. His wife had a stillborn baby. Trent Williams had a tragedy in his life with a baby as well. So just a lot been going on in that 49ers organization. If that wasn't enough, Devondre Campbell, a couple weeks ago, refused to go in the game to help his team out to keep their playoff hopes alive. They needed a linebacker. He was benched because Dre Greenlaw came back, and Dre Greenlaw went out with the injury, and Devondre Campbell said, can't do it. Not going to be able to do it, coach. Not going in the game. And he has been suspended for the rest of the season. They opted to suspend him, and I guess without pay, instead of cut him because he could be picked up by another team. So, yeah, just a lot of things swirling around that 49ers team. The Lions, on the other hand, are trending in the right direction. They got a chance to be the number one seed in the NFC. They have as strong as a team as you'll see ever, I think. I mean, they have a good defense. They have a good offense. They got a coach that, leads that team. He's a leader of men, Dan Campbell. You might not agree with how many times he goes for it on fourth down and all that type of stuff, but he is a leader of men. And he stays consistent to his approach week in and week out. He's going to be aggressive on fourth down. He's going to be aggressive every single freaking time. Sometime it works, sometime it don't, but he stays consistent, and his players love him for that. And that team has really been playing so well. They got 13 wins already. They're going for win number 14, and they could get 15 wins if they win these last two games. So Lions, very special season for them. They do have a lot of injuries, though. Montgomery's out for the season with the injury, so they're going to be leaning on Jahmyr Gibbs for the rest of the year. Lot of injuries on their defense as well. Aiden Hutchinson, huge draft pick for them a couple years ago, pass rushing specialist. He is out for the regular season, but they're saying if they can make the Super Bowl, he might be ready to come back. I believe he had a broken leg. So, yeah, a lot of things swirling around that Lions team. The Minnesota Vikings are on their heels, though. They will be setting up a huge matchup next week. The Vikings play the Lions next week, and that's going to be a huge game. Not just for the NFC North, but for the overall landscape of the playoffs for the NFC conference. So I said all that to say this, man. It's going to be a really exciting last week of the season. And your boy will be here to have some fun. I'll be streaming every day this week because I am off work for another week. Okay, this is not my typical time because normally I'm at work with the students, with the kids. But yeah, got another week off, and we're going to enjoy it. Like I said, man, we're trying to get to 500 subscribers. We're so close. We are so close. We're less than 50 away right now. You see that going across the bottom. 500 subscriber jersey giveaway. I'm going to pick a random number, and whoever picks that number first will win an NFL jersey of their choice. That's how it's going to go down. I'm going to get your information off the stream. We're going to connect, whether it's on Instagram or whatever, email, and you're going to tell me what jersey you want, where you want it sent. I'm going to pay the shipping and handling. You ain't going to have to do anything but select what you want and tell your boy. And that's how it's going to go. One subscriber will win. And then the next one will be at 1,000. That's how it's going to work. This is going to be the only one until I reach 1,000. So you don't want to miss this opportunity. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your enemies. I don't care if you don't like them. Like, hey, man, you know what? I can't stand you, but this is too good of an opportunity for you to pass up. Subscribe to this man channel. Get a chance to win a free NFL jersey. We're trying to do this by tomorrow, y'all. If we could do it by today, we'll do it today. But let's definitely get it done by tomorrow. I plan on streaming on New Year's Eve, a lengthy one. So, yeah, let's get it done. Let's get it done. So I'm going to open it up now. I'm going to open it up to y'all. I like to interact with y'all. I like to hear from y'all. Let's talk some football. We can talk basketball. Whatever you want to talk, the floor is yours. I'll try to get to everybody's comments. Hit me with it. Whatever you want to talk about, the floor is yours right now. Let's go. And once again, this is Falcons Therapy. If it's your first time viewing, I appreciate you because you could be anywhere else. This is where Falcon fans come together to talk about Falcon-y-like things, but where everybody's welcome. Sport production. Gonna take a little 10-minute break. Appreciate your Sport Productions. All right. Well, nobody got nothing right now. So let's talk about this matchup. I'm going to talk about actually let's talk about the state of the Falcons. Do you have faith in Coach Raheem Morris going into next year? I want to know. For those of you that are Falcon fans, do you have faith that Coach Raheem Morris can lead this team? I'm not going to say to the playoffs because he should have led us to the playoffs this year. But his pride got in the way and he wouldn't bench Kirk Cousins. His pride got in the way. He was trying to be loyal, trying to be prideful. He didn't want to admit he made a mistake. And it cost the Falcons a playoff berth. We should be in the playoffs. We started this year off too good to miss the playoffs. Everybody knows that. If you're a Falcon fan, we started this year off too good, man. 6-3, first 9 games of the year. We should be in the playoffs. We had a 3-game lead on the rest of the division. And we had a tiebreaker over the next closest team. And we smoked it because we wouldn't bench a quarterback who we had in the building for less than a year. We wouldn't bench him because our pride got in the way. Do you have faith in Coach Raheem Morris? Put a 1 in the chat if you got faith in Coach Raheem Morris. Put a 2 in the chat if you don't. I'm going to be honest. I'm putting the 1.5. I'm putting the 1.5 up there. I'm in between right now. I'm not highly optimistic, but I'm not saying that we should dump them right now either. I'm right in the middle. I want to see how next year starts, the first half of next year's season. I want to see how Michael Penix looks. I want to see how this defense looks. The defense looks much better. But do you have faith? I'm going to put that up on the banner. And I'm not saying Coach Raheem, that's not what I'm saying, is fire Coach Raheem Morris. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just asking your opinion. He can do what he said he's going to do because he said we was going to run the South. That's what he said. That's the topic right now. He said we was going to run the South. He said we was going to have a home playoff game. That's what he was preaching. That's what he was projecting. That's what he was orating. That's what he was sticking his chest out with. That's what he was giggling with. That's what he was skinning and grinning with all this whole time. He's been talking about, we just got to win the South. He's been standing on business that we was going to win the South. And now it don't look like it's going to happen. How confident are you? Remember, 1 means you're confident. No is a 2. All right. No's a 2. And once again, who's that loss on last night? Who do you put that loss on? Actually, no, I already had that 1 and 2. So let me do all right, let me lock that in. It's not letting me lock it in. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Lock it in. There we go. All right, I got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let me know. Last night's loss. Do you put that directly on coaching? Give me a 1 if it's a yes. 2 if that's a no. Your confidence, your faith in Coach Heem going into next season. Do you have faith in him? Yes is a 3. No is a 4. Carl Thomas said, Heem, I want to see the vote. Oh, okay. We got a 4 in here. Carl Thomas said Coach Heem got to go. Carl Thomas said Coach Heem has to go. Ooh, okay. So Shiesty says, was that loss on the coaching staff? He says, absolutely it was. He said, you watched the same game that I watched. Do you have faith in Coach Heem Morris going into next season, y'all? He said we was going to win the South. He said we was going to run it. He said we was going to run it. And then he smiled. He said we was going to run the South, y'all. How confident are you that we're going to run that South next year? Because so Shiesty told us earlier, though, it might take a miracle for us to win the South. It's still possible, but it's very slim to none chances. It's very slim. It's still possible, but it's very slim to none. I do want to go back and watch that game, though, just so I could watch situationally, like some of the things that happened in the game that I might have not been paying attention. Plus, I did leave for like a good portion of that game because I had some family come over right in the middle of the stream. So I apologize for that. So I want to catch up on the things that I did not see, even though I did have the game on in the other room. But you don't watch the game the same way. I like watching the game by myself. I don't really like watching the game with family around. I'm gonna be right back though. Don't leave. I'll be back 2 minutes. All right, I'm back. I told you. I don't even think that was 2 minutes. I'm back. I'm back and I'm back and I'm back. Let's go. So here's what's gonna happen this week. We'll just do some more Falcon talk. We'll do some more Falcon therapy. We're definitely probably this will be the last day that we talk about this game. And then we're going to look forward to Carolina and then what will happen in the offseason, honestly, because it's going to be the last game of the season. We will tomorrow probably stream some college football because we got some huge college football games coming up. Let me see. Who do we have any college football fans in here? If we got college football fans in here, we got the college football playoffs. What team are you expecting to win the college football championship? What team? Oh, maybe not what team you're expecting to win, but what team are you rooting for? We got any Georgia fans out there? I mean, I know we got some Falcon fans. We probably got some Georgia fans somewhere. I know we got Oregon in there. We got Penn State in there. We got Ohio State. We got Boise State. We got a lot of states now. Who else we got in that? Texas. We got some heavy hitters in there, man. It's going to be some really good bowl games tomorrow. So we're going or not tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? No, we got one bowl game tomorrow, and then we got like 4 on New Year's Day. So tomorrow is New Year's Eve, and then on Wednesday is New Year's Day. So we got 4, I think, bowl games for the college football playoffs on New Year's Day, including one of my favorite bowl games, the Rose Bowl. That's the one I always watch usually. It's on the West Coast in LA, so it's the one I generally watch the most. But all with playoff implications, though. All 4 of those games on New Year's Day will have playoff implications. So I'll be watching some college football with y'all on New Year's Day. And then we'll turn the page towards Falcons and Carolina Panthers. And what we're going to do the last week, that's on Sunday, next Sunday, we'll give you a review of that game, and then we're going to give you a season review. All right? A season review, and then just a kind of like a review of my journey as a Falcon fan this year. Many of y'all know that have been following me for a little while now. I went to my first Falcons game this year. I was so blessed to be there. I had a great time. It was a win. Got to see the Falcons play against the Las Vegas Raiders. And I want to say, man, the Las Vegas Raiders stadium, if you've never been to Allegiant Stadium, you should go, man. It is beautiful in there. The team don't play worth nothing, but the stadium itself is beautiful. So if you ever have a chance to go, please go to the Allegiant Stadium. Hey, what's up, crazy? Yeah, you crazy. You crazy, man. But yeah, congrats to the Bucks, man. I said earlier, the Falcons had a chance to win this division, and We just didn't because of egos and all those things. So the Bucks doing their thing, handle their business, man. Gotta deserve it, honestly. Gotta deserve it. So yeah, man. Still gotta handle business on Sunday. You know, it ain't over. Gotta handle business on Sunday, but Bucks been playing the better football going down the stretch for sure. Bucks been playing the better football. You know, I could say that honestly. Uh, Bucks been looking really good. So, hit that like, subscribe button, y'all. I am doing the 500 subscriber jersey giveaway. I don't know too many people that are actually doing this or that actually mean it, but I actually mean it. I'm going to do it. So I'm just trying to give to 500 subscribers, and then I'm going to randomly pick somebody to give an NFL jersey away to, just to say thank you to this community for all the support. I've gotten most of my subscribers in these last 3 months. If many of you don't know, I can just give you a little rundown of what kind of was going on with me. I was actually off work for a month. I had a stroke. I had a mild stroke, and I admitted myself to the hospital, and they ran some tests, and they saw that I had a stroke. So I was hospitalized for 3 days. You know, they ran all type of tests, EKGs, multiple MRIs, CT scan. Then they did this one thing where they were like, oh, well, we got to put a camera down your throat and look at your heart, because we want to make sure that your heart is, you know, it's not deformed in any way. And, you know, we just gotta, you know, go in there and look at it. And I was like, okay, well, like, how you gonna do that? Like, like, how you gonna do that? Like, what am I gonna be doing while you doing that? And, like, you're gonna have to knock me out, or what's going on? So they told me, yeah, we're gonna have to. And honestly, I was talking to the dude, we was having a conversation, and before I knew it, they was rolling me out. So that's how that went. And you know, they sent me back home, and so I had a month off from work. I'm a PE teacher here locally. I work in the neighborhood that I grew up in, and so they said I couldn't work for a while. And so while I wasn't working, man, I just started streaming a lot. I started streaming every day, a little bit every day, and just kind of documenting my journey, and then meeting Falcon fans, meeting other fans, and the community had really grown over that time. So I really appreciate everybody who's been tapping in with your boy, and who's been supporting your boy, who's been communicating, and who's been coming through and just really just making the end of this year amazing for me. It's been really fun to dialogue and meet with a lot of you, and it's just been a truly a blessing for me. So I look forward to great things going into next year. And I think it was God that definitely put that on my heart to give back to the community that's been so kind to me while I was going through my medical issues. So yeah, I just want to do that for one person in the community. And yeah, I want to do it by tomorrow, because I said I wanted to do it by the end of the year, and we only got one more day after today. So it's got to be tomorrow, man. It's got to be tomorrow. So I'm going to stream as long as I have to get that done. So reach out to anybody you know and just say, hey, man, just come help this guy out. He's actually trying to help us out to give somebody a chance to win. All you got to do is subscribe to his channel and be here. You got to be here in the stream, though, to have a chance to win. That's the only eligibility requirement. You got to be a subscriber, and you have to be in here. And I said I was going to have, you know, make somebody like share my channel on 3 different social medias. I'm not going to do that, bro. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to yeah. Just subscribe to my channel and be here. That's all you got to do to have a chance to win. So I'm an easygoing guy. I'm a laid back guy. So you don't have to be a Falcon fan to win. So if you're thinking I'm not going to select you because you're not a Falcon fan, that is not true. I've already said that. You don't have to be a Falcon fan because I got plenty of different fans that are supporting and following. And it doesn't matter to me if you're a Falcon fan or not. Although this is Falcons therapy. If you win, you will just have to type in the chat, Falcons are the greatest. Kidding once again. But yeah, this is Falcons therapy, y'all. Where we come together to talk about Falcon-like things, but where everybody is welcome. So I appreciate y'all so much. We just hit an hour right now. I pretty much talked about that Commander game. I'll just recap a little bit. Bijan Robinson, great game, great half, I should say. Guess he wasn't in a game plan for the second half for Zach Robinson. Exclusively went to Michael Penix's arm in the second half. Defense showed up in a big way. 5 sacks on the night. Sacking Jaden Daniels 5 times is hard to do, man. 5 sacks. Also intercepted him. I thought it was a really good defensive performance by the Falcons. I think Michael Penix definitely, like I said earlier, have a couple of those throws back. He missed some big ones that could have went for touchdowns. But that's neither here nor there. He's a young guy, and I think he shows a lot of promise. I think he's going to be really good for the Falcons. He just got to keep his head down and keep focusing. Stay focused, Michael Penix. That's all I got to say. I know he just got engaged, so there's going to be a lot going on in his life, and congratulations to him. I didn't wear my do-rag today, but normally, the last few weeks I've been wearing the do-rag on the stream for Michael Penix. I've been trying to channel my inner Michael Penix. But yeah, I'm all for supporting Michael Penix. The change had to be made. And I think the writing was on the wall when Kirk Cousins had that 4-interception game. I don't remember who that was against. Was that the Denver Broncos? I believe it was. Or was it the Chargers? The 4-interception game. It was one of those games. The writing was on the wall then that a change needed to be made. And I said earlier, Coach Raheem Morris, God bless his heart. He probably did what he thought was best. I would hope for the team. He thought Kirk was just in a slump or in a funk and he could play his way out of it. But instead, he played us. He played us. And he played you. He played us right out of the playoffs. That's what he played us. He didn't play himself out the funk. He didn't play himself out of the slump. He played us out the playoffs. And he played you, Coach Raheem Morris. So that's why you got to stop playing with people. This is Coach Raheem Morris's first year, so I think there will be a little bit of grace from Arthur Blank, but you gotta think that Arthur Blank's going to be watching Coach Raheem Morris pretty closely going into next season. Going to be watching how this team starts. Definitely going to be watching that bottom line, because either way, Kirk Cousins, they're either going to have to try to trade him or going to have to cut him and eat up that dead money. I don't think he's going to be sitting on the bench behind Michael Penix. I just don't see a scenario where that happens or that's even healthy for Kirk or for Michael Penix. I think Kirk has to go one way or the other, or he could retire. There's always the chance that he could retire. But I definitely think Kirk is out of there. He had a good run. He had a good 9 games with the Falcons. Whether his drop-off was due to injuries of sorts, elbow or shoulder or whatever they're claiming that it was, or whether he just lost his confidence or didn't trust his eyes. I've been hearing all sorts of things. But whatever the case may be, the move should have been made sooner. Should have not waited until the Giants game to play Michael Penix. He should have been inserted into the starting lineup a lot sooner, especially if we invested a first-round pick, a top 10 pick in him. You got a guy that you love, that you know from watching his workouts and from watching his tape that he's capable. And you're telling us that he's been looking good in practice all this time. And you're going to let a guy sit back there and lose 4 games in a row and play us right out the playoffs. That just doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense to me. But it is what it is, you know. Can't cry over spilled milk, but that's what happened. So yeah, the Falcons will have to see what happens going forward. Buccaneers play the Aints on Sunday. If the Buccaneers beat the Aints, they are the NFC South champions. They will be hosting a playoff game, and the Falcons are eliminated from playoff contention. So that's how it's rolling. Falcons face off against the Carolina Panthers. Doesn't matter what the Falcons do if the Bucs win. If the Bucs lose and the Falcons win, miracles can happen. Then the Falcons are the NFC champions. So that is the only scenario where the Falcons will be going to the playoffs. So for everybody here, I appreciate you. If you're not subscribed to this channel, or if you even if you haven't hit the like button, just take time to hit that like button. It really helps out the content. It helps get me to other viewers in their mentions. When they pull up their YouTube, if they're looking for sports, if they're looking for Falcons, the likes help so much. You have no idea. So I appreciate you. Remember, going across the bottom, there is a 500 subscriber jersey giveaway coming soon. I'm saying by tomorrow, but it could be today. It's up to you. We are less than 50 away. We're less than 45 away, actually, from doing this giveaway. It's going to be for one of the subscribers on this channel, just as a thank you to the community, as I said, for coming through and supporting your boys so much. I truly appreciate it. I'm about to sign off here unless anybody has anything to say. You guys have been quiet. You guys have been listening to me talk, but anybody have anything to say before we get on out of here? We're going on 1 minute and 15 seconds. All right. No. I said 1 minute and 50 seconds. Hour. We're almost at 1 hour and 15 minutes. Anybody have anything to say? $0.02? Should I do 2 cents in 2 minutes? Anybody got anything to say? 2 cents in 2 minutes? You can come on. I'm gonna open it up. 2 cents in 2 minutes. Y'all want to hear each other talk about your favorite football team? I'll open it up, man. I will open it up. 2 cents in 2 minutes is where you can come on. You can talk about your team, or you could talk about a NFL topic for 2 minutes. You can let those things off your chest. I give you that opportunity. I do that sometimes. Not everybody takes advantage of it, but it is something that I like to do sometimes. So, StreamYard, there we go. 2 cents in 2 minutes. I'm going to paste it in the chat so you can copy and paste it, and I can add it. I can add you to the stage if you hit that. If you want to come in, talk for 2 minutes. I mean, it's got to be 2 minutes on the dot. Like, I know I've let, well, I think Soul Shiesty might be the only one who's done it so far, but sometimes we go over a little bit, but I'm going to be real strict. Got to be 2 minutes. 2 minutes or under. I'm going to give you till 1:16. I'm at 1:15 right now. Anybody want to come through, or else your boy's going to go. I'm going to get in the shower and get ready for the rest of my evening, afternoon. I am on West Coast time, y'all. I'm in the Bay Area. I'm in California, a little town called East Palo Alto, California. So it is 1:48 p.m. my time. I will be here the rest of this week at 12:30 p.m. Pacific time. That means if you're on the East Coast, that's 3:30 p.m. your time. If you're on Midwest, that's 2:30. And if you're on Mountain time or something like that, that's 1:30. 3:30 Pacific time. Or if you're in Hawaii, that's 11:30 or something like that. I don't know. Never been to Hawaii, so I don't know what the time zone kind of situation is over there. But okay, nobody wanted to give the 2 cents. Hey, tell those that you love them while you can. So I'm telling y'all, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all being here. You could have been anywhere else at any time right now. But you came to see me. And I appreciate that. Much love to the Falcon community. Much love to everybody who came through. Buck Crazy, Carl Thomas, famous singer, came through to bless us. Soul Shiesty, Sports Productions, to everybody else who came through. Thank you so much. It's your boy, Let Us Pray. I hope you're having a blessed and a prosperous day. Monday night football stream. Be on the lookout. Lions versus 49ers. All right, peace, y'all. Have a blessed and a prosperous rest of your day. I'm gone.